recording, so we'll leave it banger today. We're gonna be watching Death Battle. I've been waiting for this since they said the release date, and it is Goro versus Machamp. Mortal Kombat versus Pokemon, and man, it looks like it's gonna be crazy good. So this was initially supposed to come out the day it was out, but I recorded something else which didn't come out, which might come out another day. So yeah. But we're here now, so yeah, let's get into this video, man. Okay, I like it. It's a different type of intro.
Bruce Lee once said, "I don't believe in different ways of fighting. We all have 2 arms and 2 legs, so that is why I believe there should be only one way of fighting."
Clearly, he never met these 4-armed fighters with 4 forearms.
Goro, the half-dragon prince of Mortal Kombat.
And Machamp, the fighting-type Pokemon from the Kanto region.
Yo.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Yo, hey.
Mortal
We starting off with the
A fighting tournament as killer as its iconic theme song. With a reputation like that, you better believe the first boss in the game would be a champion who's won 9 times in a row. He won't just kick your ass, he'll rip your arms off too.
Ooh.
This is Goro, prince of the Shokan people and one of their strongest warriors. He's 8 feet 2 inches tall, weighs 550 pounds, and clocks in at 2,000 years old with no signs of slowing down.
He's been through a hell of a lot during his run, but here are the highlights.
So he's
he
heavy
fought in a
and
civil
tall?
war, crushed some $500 sunglasses, and oh yeah, he's a half-humanoid, half-dragon person. Who would be stupid enough to fight a half-dragon with 4 arms?
Bro,
Not many.
he's
Most of the Mortal
spamming.
Kombat roster refuses to fight Goro because they're terrified of losing to him and getting
You
torn
already
into.
know that was
After
super
living
bad.
for as long as he has, you
Ugh,
better
why
believe
is
he's
that
picked
so
up some
bad?
skills. He's got 500 years of experience in Mortal Kombat tournaments and has mastered a ton of different fighting styles.
He's obviously familiar with the Shokan style, which uses his extra appendages to lethal effect. He's also a master of an adapted version of the Kotan style, which is much more elaborate and relies on the strength of a more traditional humanoid body.
Like kicks and stuff.
Right.
On top of that, Goro's got a ton of fun
my.
tricks up his 4 sleeves, like
So
fireballs,
many.
dragon breath, high-flying stomps, quadruple grabs, and his favorite, crushing skulls. But if those don't work, he's got bladed weapons called dragon fangs. They're like Shredder's claws, but there's 4 of them, 1 for each hand.
Let's see,
Oh my
Wolverine.
god.
Are you okay, Boomstick?
Well, is it weird that Goro kinda
No, he's
reminds
more
me
like
of the guy that
Splinter
my
with
ex-wife
that.
ran off
Yeah.
with?
What, because he's so buff?
Yeah, but
Because
mostly the
he's so
4
buff.
arms. I mean, how am I supposed to keep up with that? He's got 2 more hands than me.
True.
Sorry.
Yeah, so if you block 2, he'll
Anyway,
have 2 more to
with
beat you
all
up.
those tournament titles, it's pretty clear Goro stands above most other Mortal Kombat combatants.
Oh yeah.
Characters like Cabal, Johnny Cage, or even Kotal Khan, who once destroyed this ship, which is clearly inspired by Spanish conquistadors. Based on historical references to similar ships, the power needed to destroy one like this would require over 3 billion joules of energy.
We also saw Raiden destroy this temple with almost 270 tons of TNT, which
That's
is
crazy.
a lot. On top of that, Cabal can move fast enough to parry machine gun fire. To pull that off, you'd have to be moving almost 3 times as fast as sound.
Goro's not the only impressive Shokan. The tiger-striped Kintaro survived this massive explosion. Using the average height for a Shokan and comparing it to the blast radius, we can posit that this explosion yielded a force equivalent to over 25 tons of TNT.
The Shogun are a tough people, that's for sure, and super proud. After a disappointing loss to the Shaolin monk Liu
Man, he got
Kang,
hit good.
Goro was unable to secure a 10th MK title in a row. And while it seriously hurt his
got it.
warrior pride, he didn't stop beating the shit out of people.
Not only did he eventually try to win that title again, but he also fought in multiple wars, including one with the similarly powerful Centurions.
But he never stayed in one place for too long, like when he pissed off Kotal Khan and got his arms ripped off.
But even without his primary weapons at his side, Goro would not give up. He even managed to defeat the ninja Kenshi.
Without any freaking arms! God damn! Also, a limbless guy versus a blind guy? Throw Professor X in there and you have yourself the ultimate, and definitely most offensive, crippled threat match.
That's tragic.
Oh boy, I've got one leg!
With or without his many titles,
Oh, yeah, that was
Goro
definitely
always has
CGI.
the make of
Look how
a
he-
champion. His determination and will to fight is only matched by his strength, power, and, frankly,
goodness.
bloodlust. Even with his failures, he truly is the greatest of the Shokan.
I will give you a warning. Round 1. Fight!
Okay. Alright, time for
The
Machamp.
superpower Pokemon,
my
Machamp, is a fighting
favorite-
type that originated
one of
in
my
the
favorite
Kanto
Pokemons
region.
to catch
They
in
begin
the
their
game.
lives as the youthful Machamp, which train tirelessly to learn and eventually master every form of martial arts.
It's a lethal combo of adorable and kick-ass. They're jacked.
The Machamp possesses muscles more dense than humans that allow them to train for long periods of time without fatigue. Eventually, the young Machamp will reach a new level, leaving behind the days of its youth and evolving into a Machoke.
The
Yup.
Machoke is strong enough to lift dump trucks with ease, and once he's moved on from the teenage days of angst and rebellion, Machoke evolves into the rock spirit Pokemon,
Wow.
Machamp. This four-armed fighter stands 5 feet tall and weighs an average
Okay,
of 280
so
pounds.
Goro is taller.
Even
than
after
him.
realizing its final evolution,
And,
most Machamps continue to train and pursue peak
heavier.
levels of physical fitness.
When they're not firing off sets at the gym, they're most likely helping humans as movers, construction workers, and bodyguards.
Yup.
Or, they're just beating other Pokemon senseless in the dogfighting ring that is the Pokemon world.
Questionable pet and owner relationships aside, Machamp seems to simply enjoy helping people, whether in the Pokemon arena or in the outside world.
And Machamps are well equipped for both. They have a ton of great moves like Bulk Up, which increases physical power, Knock Off, which can knock anything off of an opponent's hands, and Seismic
Dang.
Toss. Whoa,
Oh,
holy
yeah, I
shit!
remember
Did I
that
just
move.
launch that rat into orbit?
Fighting type Pokemon like Machamp make for fearsome predators against normal, ice,
Oh,
rock,
yeah.
and dark types. Even steel type Pokemon turn brittle under Machamp's brute strength. On the other
Really?
end of the spectrum, Machamp can fall prey to agile flying Pokemon, cerebral psychic types, and mystical fairies.
Alright, so that's
Pokemon's
just weak.
fucking weird.
However, the Machamp can always fall back on their natural abilities, the most common of which is named Guts. Whenever a Machamp is burned, poisoned, or paralyzed, its adrenaline spikes, increasing its
Dang.
physical power.
Including his physical moves, which is like all of them. According to the Pokedex, Machamp can punch 1,000 times in 2 seconds and can move mountains with one hand.
Now, the Pokedex isn't
No.
always the most reliable
No.
source. However, we have seen proof of Machamp's
Really?
1,000 punches in Pokken Tournament. To do this in 2 seconds, Machamp must be punching at speeds faster than sound.
Damn, if having 2 extra arms is like shooting fish in a barrel, then this is like baking perfectly good cookie dough. It's like totally unnecessary.
In order to move a mountain, Machamp would need to exert anywhere from 8 to 30 kilotons of TNT. And pulling off their signature move, Seismic Toss, would require even more energy. Considering an average weight of 200 kilograms for
Yeet.
any given Pokemon, and the speed at which they travel when thrown, a typical Machamp's throwing power would need to be equivalent to over 130 kilotons of
Oh
TNT.
my
Machamps can also
goodness.
take a lot of damage. They live and fight together after all.
As we can see, Machamps and Machokes in particular are raised in herds of their own kind. It's natural
is
that they
true.
would fight all the time,
Like,
exhausting
have
an
you seen
insane
me?
amount of power on each other.
Everything
And,
all the
according
time.
to some people, they look great while doing it. There's
And,
even a fan club of people who find themselves unexplainably attracted to them. This is real.
Probably run by my ex-wife.
Whoa.
We didn't even make it halfway through the reception. I guess my signature move is signing divorce papers.
The Machamp is so strong, the
That's
species have
tragic.
become a favorite amongst gym leaders, such as Giovanni and B.
Makes sense. They can go head-to-head with a ton of crazy strong pocket monsters.
Bro,
The
she
Machamp is an
was
extremely
aggravating
tough
and sore,
Pokemon
bro.
that rounds out any roster. After all, they literally live to fight.
Well, she didn't know I had a Machamp as well. So.
Alright, the combatants
Oh,
are set,
yeah,
and we've
it's
run the data
finally
through all
time
possibilities.
for a
But
test
first, we'll
battle.
tell you about hymns.
Did you know that, according to science itself, 66% of men start to lose their hair by the age of 35?
It's true. Sadly, I keep trying to force it to stay there through sheer willpower, but it's exhausting.
Fact is, the best way to prevent hair loss is to do something before it happens. But thanks to science, baldness can be optional. There's a perfect solution thanks to our sponsor, 4hims.com.
Heck yeah, 4 Hymns is a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, and sexual wellness for men.
That is true.
And even better, they can connect you with real doctors online.
That's true.
This whole shebang was put together by a guy who knows private conversations about your health can be easier online than in person, so you can get the answers you need without having to visit a doctor's clinic.
Right now, you can get started with your first month free. Go to 4hims.com/deathbattle.
That's 4hims.com/deathbattle.
Prescription requires an online consultation with a physician who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Offer valid only if prescribed. 3-month minimum subscription. Additional restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
Remember, that's 4hims.com/deathbattle. But right now, it's time
For a death battle! Let's go, baby. Alright. Oh, 3D? Okay. Oh, we're just going straight into it.
What? You're no Shokan. Be gone from my lair. Machamp! Disgusting. A pathetic runt like
you don't gotta roast on me like
wastes
that.
our dragon blood.
Okay. She's some big boys. Ooh. Oh my God. That was good. Oh. Ooh. My punch was like, oh. Suplex. He tapped on him. Oh, God. Ooh. Mixing on him. Ooh.
Face dead like a warrior. Machamp! Stop saying that! You're no champ! I am the champion of Mortal Kombat!
Okay. He's the champion of Pokemon. Dang! Dang! Nah, he back. I told you. Oh yeah. Oh wait, he can resist fire types. Yep, you just made him even stronger. Ooh. Bro, what is this, JoJo? Is that a JoJo reference? Oh, they're both taking their arms off. Oh, he has no more arms left. Thumbs up. Let's go, boy. Wait. Oh, I was gonna say.
Forgot to say he's blasting off again. Do it over. Gotta get that joke right at least once.
This was certainly a unique battle to experience.
Let's
While
go.
Machamp's resilience came in handy, Goro's
I was
fighting
going for
styles
Machamp.
continued to put
Yeah,
Machamp
no, I
to the
didn't say
test
that. I
again and
know.
again. Plus, Goro's huge. At 8 feet tall, Goro towers a full 3 feet over the average Machamp. Obviously, not including the Dynamax and Gigantamax forms found exclusively in the Galar region.
Also, while Machamp could punch at Mach 1 speeds, Goro could technically match Cabal, who would need to move at nearly Mach 3 to parry machine gun fire.
So, as far as punching speed was concerned, it looks like Goro actually had the advantage.
Except it hardly mattered. Machamp's power output outdid Goro's
Oh,
and
yeah.
then some.
Yeah,
Even
that
scaling
power
Goro to
did.
Kotal Khan's ship feet and comparing it to the seismic toss,
I knew it was
Machamp
gonna
is
win,
almost
though, because of that power.
170,000 times more powerful.
Dang.
This Karate Duck Man is on a whole other level. Plus, he had a ton of ways to counter everything Goro
They
threw
started
at him.
ripping off,
Knockoff
their
prevented
arms,
Goro from
almost.
using
I got
weapons,
scared.
and Guts meant he could take Goro's fire breath and use it for himself.
The Dragon Fangs and Fire Breath hardly would make much of a difference considering how durable the Machamp species is. After all, their primary trait is learning how to fight, so they'd naturally be fighting
That
each
is
other
true.
quite frequently.
Ah, the majestic Machamp, roaming the fields of the Kanto region,
Bro, I
gently
can't go
seismic
nowhere
tossing each
over
other
there
into orbit.
without
Just
seeing
imagine
it.
walking past that on your Sunday stroll.
You were right. The
Look at how they
Pokemon
just-
world is wild.
This grabby match turned bloody brawl was intense and made me realize that we're all strong and beautiful just the way we are. No matter how many arms you have or whose wife you stole.
Good for you. While Goro put up an excellent
Wait,
battle that
Machamp
would have
stole
made
your
his people
girl?
proud, he didn't have enough to
Okay.
overpower the superpower Pokemon.
Unfortunately, this foe was forced to forfeit
Man,
his
that was
four
definitely
fists,
a JoJo
fitting
reference
that
when
his
they kept
final
doing
fate
that.
would be so freaking gory.
The winner is...
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Death Battle.
Alright.
For battle music for yourself. You can get it by
Now,
clicking the link down
let's
below.
see
And if you want to watch more stuff,
who's next
check the
up.
boxes right over there.
Alright. Is that Cyborg?
Only one of us walks out.
Oh. Cable versus. Okay, so that was Goro versus Machamp, bro. I really was. Man, that was pretty intense because, like, when they started ripping off arms, like I said, man, I got pretty scared. But, this man dabbed. This man dabbed in the middle of the fight. And I knew because of that power up, he would have that advantage because of, like, you know, his effectiveness and weaknesses. So, like, since Goro didn't have one of his weaknesses, like fairy types or electric types, like they said, he had the upper advantage because fire just makes him even more stronger. So, like, that was pretty stupid of him. But, yeah, that was a pretty intense battle. So, without, I messed up the freaking outro. Well, ain't no point of stopping. So, subscribe if you're new and turn on post notifications while you're there. Like the video if you like Death Battle and my reactions. Comment something funny, something nice, something positive, because we don't allow negativity in this channel or video or whatever. But it's been Brain Excel signing out. Peace.